In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a Windows 10 virtual machine using VirtualBox. This is a great option if you need to run older applications that don't work well on Windows 11, or if you want a separate environment for testing. First, if you don't have VirtualBox installed already, I'll leave the download link in the description below. Once you're on the download page, scroll down to the VirtualBox Platform Packages section and download the version for your operating system, whether that's Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. The installation process on Windows is straightforward, and VirtualBox installs like any other program. Next, you'll need a Windows 10 ISO file. At the time of recording this video, Microsoft still provides the Windows 10 22H2 installer on their website. I'll also provide the link to the download page in the description. Once on the page, click Download Now under Create Windows 10 Installation Media. This will download the Windows 10 Media Creation Tool, which we'll use to download the Windows 10 ISO. Once the Media Creation Tool downloads, open it, accept the license agreement, and select Create Installation Media for another PC. Click Next, then uncheck Use the recommended options for this PC. Make sure the architecture is set to 64-bit, and your language is correct. When prompted to choose which media to use, select ISO file, click Next, and choose where to save the ISO file on your computer. The Windows 10 ISO will then begin to download. When it's done, click Finish to close out of the Media Creation tool. Before creating your virtual machine, make sure virtualization is enabled on your computer. On Windows, you can check this by opening Task Manager, going to the Performance tab, selecting CPU, and looking for where it says Virtualization at the bottom. If it says Enabled, you're good to go. If it's disabled, you'll need to restart your computer, boot into the BIOS, and enable the virtualization setting. If you're unsure on how to do this, I'll link a video in the description that explains enabling virtualization. This step is important as your virtual machine will not boot without it, and you'll get an error. Now let's create the virtual machine. Open VirtualBox and click the New button. Give your VM a name. I'll call mine Windows 10 Tutorial. Next, choose where you'd like to store your VM. Keep in mind that virtual machines can take up a lot of disk space. In my case, I'm just going to leave my VM in the default VirtualBox folder located on my C drive. Under ISO image, select the Windows 10 ISO file you downloaded earlier. VirtualBox should automatically detect Windows 10 64-bit. Make sure to check Skip Unattended Installation, so we can configure Windows manually. The unattended installation allows VirtualBox to automatically configure Windows, but I find it doesn't always work well. Click Next to configure your VM's hardware. For memory, allocate at least 2 GB of RAM, though 4 GB or more is recommended if your system can handle it. Just avoid assigning more than half of your system's total memory. For processors, assign at least 2 CPU cores. Again, don't assign more than half of the available cores on your CPU. Doing so can cause your VM to become unstable. Click Next, then set your virtual hard disk size. Windows 10 requires at least 32 GB of space, but 50 GB or more is recommended, especially if you're going to have a lot of files or install a lot of programs on your VM. Click Next, then Finish. Before starting the virtual machine, let's adjust a few display settings. With the VM selected, click Settings, then click on the Expert tab and go down to Display. Enable 3D acceleration and increase the video memory to 256 MB for better performance. Click OK to close the settings window. Now click Start to launch the virtual machine. Your VM will boot into the Windows 10 setup, so choose your language and time and currency format, then click Next. Then Install Now. If prompted for a product key, you can choose to enter one, or select I don't have a product key. Now choose your preferred edition. In this example, I'll select Windows 10 Pro. accept the license agreement, then choose Custom Install. Select Drive 0 unallocated space, which is our virtual hard disk. In this case, you can see the 50GB drive I created earlier. Click Next to begin the installation. The virtual machine will reboot several times during installation. If you see a message saying press any key to boot from a CD or DVD, don't press anything and let this screen pass. Otherwise, you'll restart the installer. Let Windows continue automatically. Once you reach the Windows 10 setup screen, select your region and keyboard layout. Then the setup may need to do a bit more loading, and restart the VM. Once back in the setup, when prompted, choose Setup for Personal Use. You'll then be asked to sign in with a Microsoft account. You can either use a Microsoft account or create a local account for your VM. If this VM will be used online long-term, signing in with a Microsoft account allows for enrollment in extended security updates. For testing or isolated use, a local account works perfectly fine. In this example, I'm going to create a local account. To do this, select Offline Account, then Limited Experience. Now enter a username and password for your local account. Then answer the security questions. Once that's done, disable all privacy options so Microsoft won't track you, and Windows will complete the setup and you'll be brought to the desktop. Microsoft Edge may open automatically and appear cut off due to the virtual machine's low resolution. Because the window can't be resized yet, parts of the Edge setup screen may be inaccessible. If this happens, right-click anywhere, then click Inspect, and this will close the Edge setup right away. If that doesn't work, try clicking the visible blue button near the bottom of the screen. This will fully open the browser so you can interact with it. From there, you can simply go through the Edge setup, or kill it with Task Manager, as you can't close Edge right away without going through the setup. Once Edge is closed and you regain full access to your desktop, you can proceed with installing VirtualBox Guest Editions. Installing VirtualBox Guest Editions will improve the performance, allow us to full screen our VM, and add other useful features. In the VM menu at the top of the screen, click Devices, then insert Guest Editions CD image. Inside Windows, open File Explorer, go to this PC, and open the CD drive labeled VirtualBox Guest Editions. And double-click VBox Windows Editions to open the Guest Editions installer. Follow the installer, then reboot the VM when prompted. After restarting, you can enable full screen mode by clicking View at the top of the VirtualBox window, then selecting Full Screen Mode. To exit full screen mode, move your mouse to the bottom of the screen to reveal the menu. We can now head back to this PC and right-click on the VirtualBox Guest Edition CD, then click Eject. At this point, your Windows 10 virtual machine is fully functional. Keep in mind that Windows 10 has reached end of support, so avoid sensitive activities or signing in to any important accounts unless the system is fully updated or enrolled in extended security updates. If this video helped, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more tech tutorials. Thanks for watching.